Good morning. Happy wake and bake. How are you? I am Nikki K the Great. This is Captain, and that up there is Disco Dick. Come on. I know this is what you want. Okay. Well, she doesn't. But it's nice to meet you. I will be reading you Bible stories like you have never heard before. So if you're into that non-Bible-y like Bible-y, press like, subscribe, and you'll hear this again twice a day, once with your morning pills and once with your night pills. Speaking of pills, did you take your pills? Take your pills, pack a bowl, grab your smokes, get your morning mocha flavored keep other people alive juice, and then let's smoke it, read it, and drink it. We are on Luke chapter 12, so get prepared, get all your stuff, and press like. Okay, Luke 12. Okay, and it says, Meanwhile, when the crowd gathered by the thousands, so they trampled on one another, he began to speak first to his disciples. Beware the yeast of the Pharisees, that is, their hypocrisy. Remember this story. They didn't know he was talking about their hypocrisy, remember? Because they were on the boat. They was like, we forgot the bread. And he was like, it's not bread, you assholes. It says, nothing is covered up that will not be uncovered, and nothing that is secret will not become known. Therefore, whatever you have said in the dark will be heard in the light, and whatever you have whispered behind closed doors will be shouted from the rooftop. Come on, Captain. Come on. There you go. Okay. I'm telling you what, dudes. Do not fear those who kill the body, and after that can do nothing more. But I will warn you, you need to fear Big Guy, because he has the authority to cast you into hell. I'm telling you what, you need to fear that guy. Because I've met him to his face. He is a scary guy. He's a scary, scary guy. And he says, are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies? Hold on. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies? Yet not one of them is forgotten in God's sight. But even the hairs of your head are all counted. And are you not of more value than many sparrows? I'm telling you what, everyone who acknowledges me before others, the Son of Man will also acknowledge before the angels of God. Yeah. So if you're like, hey, I know that guy, he'll be like, hey, I know this guy. We're all good guys. We're the good guys. And then he says, whoever denies me before others will be denied before the angels of God. Jesus will be like, I don't know that guy. He's a bad guy. I don't know that guy. And then, bam, everybody's like, oh, Jesus don't know that guy. I really see this right here. Does this also count for Peter? Because if Jesus is saying this, Peter denied him 3 times. There ain't no God. There's no Jesus smashing way Peter is in heaven if Jesus really said this. No way. And everyone who speaks a word against the Son of Man will be forgiven. But whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven. Does that count being like, oh, go talk to your imaginary friend? Go make videos about your imaginary friend, man. Look, see, I'm getting so hyped. She's like, I want to get off this lip now. I'm done with this ride. You crazy, crazy woman. Done with the ride. But yeah, he says, like, does that count? Is that the same kind of thing? Like, go make videos about your imaginary friend. It's like, have you read this book? This book has everything. Even a naked zombie that does nice things. Like, what other book has that? I don't know. I just find it so amusing. But, like, is that blaspheming against the Holy Spirit when you're like, go make videos about your imaginary friend? It's like that imaginary friend is the reason we have all the shit that we have. Fuck you. Okay. And when they bring you before synagogues, the rulers, and the authorities, do not worry about how you are to defend yourself or what you are to say. You should hear some of the shit I say about that. My imaginary friend is a better friend than you. The Holy Spirit will teach you. The Holy Spirit will teach you at that very second what to say. Someone in the crowd said, hey, teacher, can you tell my brother to give me half the shit? You know, there's people that died and he has it all. Can you give me some? And then Jesus is like, who the fuck said I was the boss? I'm not a judge. I'm not your babysitter. I don't have the rules for you spread out before me. Do nice things. And then he said to him, take care. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions. This right here. You remember that show Squid Games? Well, of course you do. Everybody knows. But anyway, Squid Game. I heard somewhere that that guy said, Squid Games is about capitalism. Did you think of capitalism when you watched that show? Like, was it like, man, this capitalism is terrible? No, it's not what you think of, because capitalism has saved more people than anybody, right? In capitalism, you actually work to make money and to make food and to do all of that. Socialism and communism, it's dog eat dog, right? It's exactly like Squid Games. You hurt other people to get what you want. That's not capitalism. But communism and socialism, that's greed. That show, it's about greed, in my opinion. IMO. It shit's more about greed than capitalism or any kind of ism, even communism and socialism. But if we're going to judge by the three, this show is not about this show is not about capitalism, in my opinion. He may think it is, but that's some kind of fucked up greedy capitalism. You know, the Chinese version of capitalism, maybe. But I don't know. The regular version of capitalism, it doesn't hurt anybody. Greedy people, the love of money. is what makes people act like that, not capitalism. Just want to say that because everybody's so confused about what the fuck it means. Then he told them a parable. Says, the land of a rich man produced abundantly. And he thought to himself, man, I ain't got no place for this shit. I got an idea. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to tear down all this little shit. And then I'm going to build big shit. And then I'll have all my shit. And then I will say to my soul, you have done a good job. Let's get fat and happy. But then God's like, you baka, right? This very night, your life is being demanded of you. And the things you have prepared, whose will they be? Right? So it is with those who store up treasures for themselves, but are not rich towards God. So when you get hood rich and forget where you came from. And he said to his disciples, listen, I'm telling you, don't worry about your life, your body, what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear. It doesn't matter. Life is more than that. And your body is more than that. Consider the ravens. They neither sow nor weep. They neither have storehouse nor barn. And yet God feeds them. Of how much more value are you than birds? Dick, even your tiny ass head, it's more valuable than a bird. I didn't get any money for your head. That's why I still have it. He said, how much money did you get for my head? Done, that's why I still have it. Can any of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? Dick, you got an extra hour. I know. If then you are not able to do a small thing as that, why do you worry about the rest? The fuck are you worrying for, man? Consider the lilies, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. I'm telling you though, even Solomon in all his man glory was not clothed like one of these. No, because he was a muscly Chris Barnes in a loincloth. Oh, forget about it. Have you ever seen Chris Barnes? Man, in my mind, Solomon is a way more muscly Chris Barnes. Like, we've read the Songs of Solomon. We kind of have an idea of what these two look like. She's hit, but he looks like Chris Barnes in a loincloth. But God so clothes the grass of the field, which is alive today and tomorrow thrown into the oven. How much more will he clothe you, you of little faith? What does this mean though? Just hear me out. I don't know what the fuck this means. If God so clothes the grass of the field, which is alive today and tomorrow thrown into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, you of little faith? What does that mean? What does it mean? Do not keep striving for what you are to eat and what you are to drink. Don't keep worrying, Dick. Don't worry. Be happy. Dick is mad at me, though. I stabbed him in the head because he wouldn't stop dancing. I dismembered him so he would shut up. For it is the nations of the world that strive after these things, and your Father knows that you need them. Instead, strive for his kingdom, and these things will be given to you as well. Do not be afraid, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Right? Right? He's going to give you good shit. Sell your possessions. Give alms. $2 to any church you pass by. Just give them $2. Food Bank Church. Make purses for yourself that do not wear out. An unfailing treasure in heaven where no thief comes and no moth destroys. This right here. Do you remember the Tupac song, Thug Mansion? Every time I read this verse, it's always Thug Mansion pops in my head. And then there's that ICP song, Pass Me By. Not gonna let it pass me by, no. We all gonna die, but I'm not gonna fry. When I read this verse, those are the two songs I think of. Thug Mansion and Pass Me By. For where your treasure is, your heart will be also. Be dressed for action and have your lamps lit. Don't get ready, stay ready. Right? And there's also a song by Abby the Spoon Lady. I say this every time, and I'm going to say it every time. They have a song, Soldier in the Army of the Lord. She plays it on those spoons, and he's got that little harmonica thing. Listen, it's so redneck, it's amazing. But anyway, they have a song, Soldier in the Army of the Lord. That's that verse. Don't get ready, stay ready. Get your war clothes on. Be like those who are waiting for their master to return from the wedding banquet, so that they may open the door for him as soon as he comes and knocks, because you knock at your own door. That's what we do. Blessed are those whom the master finds alert when he comes. Truly, I tell you, he will fasten his belt, have them sit down to eat, and he will come and serve them. Yeah, I've never seen that. I've never heard of anybody do that before. But okay. If he comes during the middle of the night or near dawn, he finds them so. Blessed are those slaves. But know this, if the owner of the house had known what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house get broken into. You must also be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an unexpected hour, like now. And then Peter. I do not like Peter. Just he needs to shut up. I have a real problem with Peter because Jesus talked to Peter more than any of the other disciples. More than any of them. Peter's always asking questions throughout this and then goes, "You're the Son of Man." And Jesus don't say that again, bitch. Right. But then, Peter's asking all these questions and Jesus is talking to him. And yet, he's gonna deny him like he doesn't know him. Bitch, go somewhere. I don't like Peter. And he said, "Lord, are you telling this parable for us or for everyone?" Then Jesus kept going. Who then is the faithful and prudent manager, whom his master will put in charge of his slaves to give their allowance of food at the proper time? Who's going to do that? Blessed is that slave whom his master finds at work when he arrives. Because I'm telling you, he will put that one in charge of all his possessions. But if that slave says to himself, dude's not here, fine, let's start beating people up and getting drunk, because that's what we do, the master of that slave will come on a day when he does not expect him, and at an hour that he does not know, and will cut him in pieces and put him with the unfaithful. Do you hear that? That's spaz. Spaz! Oh, one of the other cats must have hey, quit that shit, yo. She's the only one that's not fixed. I'm afraid to get her fixed. What? That slave who knew what his master wanted, but did not prepare himself or do what was wanted, will receive a severe beating. But the one who did not know and did what deserved a beating will receive a light beating. From everyone whom much has been given, much will be required. And from the one to whom much has been entrusted, even more will be demanded. That's why I don't do things. Because you do one thing and the next thing you know, you got to do another thing. And then it's like, oh, this is too much shit. I'm not doing nothing. Here, Jesus is about to tell you all about himself. He's about to say. He's about to tell you. Okay. I came to bring fire. I'm going to burn it down. And how I wish I was already burning it down. I have a baptism with which to be baptized, and what stress I am under until it is completed. Yeah, like, fuck this guy. Do you think I have come to bring peace to earth? You would think so, because they sell everything. Jesus, peace to earth, the Prince of Peace. As a matter of fact, I believe you're called the Prince of Peace at some point. But no. Jesus, like, that's some other guy. I've come to bring division. From now on, 5 in one household will be divided against 3. 2. From now on, one household will be divided. 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. Or 5 against 1. 5 against 1. They will be divided. Father against son. Son against father. Mother against daughter. Mother-in-law against daughter-in-law. Or daughter, son, husband, mother-in-law, sometimes your father-in-law, all against one. Just me and God in my corner over here doing a YouTube show. It's terrible. He also said to the crowds, when you see a cloud rising in the west, you immediately say it's going to rain, and so it happens. And when you see the south wind blowing, you say, there will be a scorching heat. And it happens. You guys suck. Oh my God. You know how to do this other shit, but you can't see what's happening. No, and liberals never will because they don't live in reality. Democrats are terrible like that. And why do you not judge for yourselves what is right? Thus, when you go with your accuser before a magistrate, try to fix it. Try to settle it first. Do all you can to settle it first. Or else you're going to go to jail. And you're not going to get out of jail until you're able to pay it. And seeing as you cannot make money in jail, you are never getting out of jail. So try to fix it before you get there. And with that, I am going to something. Oh, well, I guess one chapter isn't so bad. Look, we are never going to get through this book. Man, I'm going to learn not to talk so much, but I'm telling you, there's so much to say. Anyway, thank you for watching. Loud ass spaz in the background. She's gonna piss off the other cat. She's crazy. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you and have the greatest day ever.